Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at some new Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and on top of that, a big Yu-Gi-Oh announcement thing that they're doing online. And in addition to that, we got some cool Yu-Gi-Oh product that's getting a reprint for cosplayers that I think a lot of people will be excited about. But let's kick it off with the newer cards. So first off, we have Battlefield Tragedy. This is, I think, a troll card is what I heard about it. So here is the artwork. It's going to be a continuous spell card that says you can only use this card's name's first effect once per turn. The first part of the effect is during your main phase 2, if no monsters battle each other this turn, you can discard one card to set one Battlefield Tragedy directly from your deck to your spell and trap zone. The second part of the effect is once per turn during the end phase, if two monsters battled each other this turn, the turn player sends the top 5 cards of their deck to the graveyard. Okay, so I get why people were saying it's a troll card because, I mean, Deck Out is pretty much considered a troll variant of a win condition in Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, this is going to be kind of hard to pull off, considering you have to have two monsters battling each other. Now, I'm wondering if that counts just one monster attacks another monster. Does that count as them battling? I believe that when two monsters, like separate monsters, need to declare the attack in order for that to like register, not just like one monster attacks another, therefore two monsters battle. That wouldn't really make any sense. Now, you could limit the amount of times your opponent can attack. There are several Yu-Gi-Oh cards with that, where it's like you can only attack with one monster per turn. There's like Summoning Sickness with, I think, like the Dark Door or something. Stumbling is also another. This is like old school Yu-Gi-Oh. How is this even going to be relevant in today's meta? I don't think it's going to be very viable to pull off. But cards like Mystic Mind may enable certain ways for the person to try to do that. Now, I'm wondering if there is any ways to like force them to go straight to main phase 2, but then it's only during your main phase 2, if no monsters battled, you get to get that effect. And then so you can constantly get these. And since it is a continuous, I mean, I guess the whole goal is to set up 3 of them, force your opponent to only attack 2 times. And well, it says you can only use the name's first effect once per turn. But I'm wondering if this card effect is not like, I mean, even though it's a once per turn per card, does that mean you can have 3 of them to have them send 15, and then at that point, yeah, you do that twice, 30 cards, and they start well with 5 cards. They're probably going to search out some cards. Maybe. I think it's a real stretch to say if it's a viable troll strategy, but at the end of the day, hey, people love seeing weird stuff in Yu-Gi-Oh. Next up, we have we got another Kuriboh card. Awesome. So this new Pendulum Kuriboh is what I think this is going to be for. So Performapal Classy Kuriboh. So it's a Dark Fiend Pendulum effect, level 1 scale of 8, and it's got 300 attack, 200 defense, because that's the Kuriboh-like numbers. And its Pendulum effect is when an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, you destroy the card. That's the Pendulum effect, okay? The second part is you can use this card's name first and second monster effects once per turn each. The first part of the effect is you can discard this card, target one card in your Pendulum zone. Its Pendulum scale becomes 1 until the end of this turn. That could be actually a pretty good effect. The second part of it is when you take battle damage and this card is in your graveyard, you can place this card in your Pendulum zone. The third part of the effect is if this card is destroyed by its own Pendulum effect, end the battle phase. Oh, that's another way to like stall, and since it's like not a monster effect, it's considered a spell in the Pendulum zone. That could be kind of good if your opponent is like really harsh on negation on the monster effects. It could maybe be used. Again, I don't know if like Pendulum Kuriboh is supposed to be a thing, but nonetheless, pretty cool support for them. Next up, the following V-Jump promos will be reprinted in this set as well, so that's pretty cool. We got Gaia the Fierce Knight Origin, 100 Dragon, Ida the Sun Magician, Kakathorian the Super Heavy Shining Soarer, Draguni Gusarm, the Grozer the Thunderclap Tyrant, Zujin the Ice Bearer, Proxy Horse, Stay Sailor Romarin, Chosai the Ghost Blocker, Noruz Elise the Dragon of Beauty and Faith. So those are all getting reprinted. Pretty cool stuff indeed. Now, next up, they basically just made this as an announcement on the 28th of this month. They are going to be announcing some newer Yu-Gi-Oh product information on the Structure Deck Alba that releases, and they may release something else more. So make sure you guys are tuned in when I'll just give you guys the too long didn't read version of the live stream, and maybe I'll be asleep during it. It's 12:45 JST. But on top of it, this is actually big news for any Yu-Gi-Oh cosplayer for product. So this is for the Comic-Con blog. They actually mentioned this week, I believe, or last week ago, depending on what time zone you're in. But they are going to be basically reprinting the Yugi and Kaiba Dual Disc Launcher. Now, I actually I have one. Let me pull it out over here. This thing is super expensive, and I've used it in a bunch of my TikTok videos, and these pop off really hard. If any of you guys aren't following me on TikTok, definitely check it out. We have so many videos that have went pretty viral over there. But I use this dual disc, and a lot of people want to know, like, where can you get it? And they look on the online prices, and it's insane. Now, there are some changes with it. I think the plastic is different, at least via this picture, the plastic is different. The main difference, though, is you can see the buttons on the newer one are actually going to be black. These classic ones, they are like a gray plastic or silver. It looks pretty close to the original one. Like, the original one has just gone up in price like crazy. If any of you guys haven't seen, people are already listing this as like, it's crazy. People are listing it at like more than double the price of what it's going for. People are trying to sell it for, well, it's supposed to sell for $130, but people are relisting it. And if you guys didn't know, these OG Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual discs in good condition. This is a completed listing, by the way. This is not someone listing it for this price. People actually paid this amount for the classic Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual disc. Now, obviously, a sealed version is expensive, but even a used one that's got scuffs and like damage, they are still worth hundreds of dollars. There's multiple ones I've seen selling for several hundred dollars. I mean, look at this one. There's only a few listings right now, and this guy wants $2,000. Like I said, guys, these are not cheap at all. So getting this as a reprint is very nice for any Yu-Gi-Oh! Content creator that wants to have it in their background or that kind of stuff. It's nice that we're getting a reprint for a realistic price, because like $1,000, hey, sometimes those TikToks is worth it if it pops off. But anyways, nonetheless, those are the new Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. Let me know your thoughts down below. But thanks for tuning, guys. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. If you're new here and you don't want to miss out on new Yu-Gi-Oh! Product news and new Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, hit subscribe, turn the bell so you don't miss out. And I'll catch you guys in the next vid. I'm out. Peace.